Welcome to Tango and Tradition, Argentina's cultural heartbeat. Join us on an enchanting journey through the rich cultural tapestry of Argentina, where the passionate rhythms of tango intertwine with the country's deep-rooted traditions. Number 1. Iguazu Falls. The stunning Iguazu Falls lie along Argentina's border with Brazil, with Iguazu National Park on the Argentinian side and Iguazu National Park on the Brazilian side. Protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, these huge waterfalls are undoubtedly one of the most spectacular sights in South America. Visitors can get quite close to these thundering falls thanks to a network of easily accessible walkways and viewing platforms designed to provide the best possible views, including some at the bottom of the falls, an area known as the Devil's Throat. Iguazu is, in fact, made up of between 150 to 300 individual falls along its nearly 3-kilometer edge, a number that changes depending on the season, varying in height between 60 to 82 meters and each as spectacular as the next. Number 2. Perito Moreno Glacier. The main hub for tourists visiting the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Patagonia's Los Glaciares National Park, the small town of El Calafate offers plenty of accommodation options and other amenities for visitors. It's here that most visitors join excursions to see the park's popular glaciers, most notably the stunning Perito Moreno Glacier, a massive 30-kilometer-long ice formation, and the world's third-largest freshwater reserve, just 78 kilometers from the town center. Named after a 19th-century explorer, it's just a 2-hour trip from El Calafate to the glacier's large visitor center, and from here just a short walk to the glacier. For those wanting to climb the glacier, ice trekking tours are available that range from an hour's walk over the ice formation to longer 5-hour excursions. Number 3. Recoleta, La Boca, and Tango in Buenos Aires. One of South America's most attractive cities, also one of the largest, Buenos Aires is often the first glimpse of Argentina most visitors will have before heading off to popular tourist destinations such as Patagonia. But the smart ones will linger here and take in the many delightful museums and art galleries housed in the splendid old colonial buildings spread across the city's districts or barrios. Be sure to visit La Boca, Buenos Aires' most colorful neighborhood and home to the quirky Caminito Street Museum, a splendid pedestrian zone and open-air museum popular for its brightly painted houses, amusing sculptures, cafes, music, and tango dancers in the streets. Fashionable Recoleta is another must and is where you'll find the Recoleta Cemetery, with its elaborate mausoleums containing the remains of such famous Argentinians as Eva, Evita, Perón, along with numerous public gardens, museums, art galleries, cafes, and boutique shops. Other districts to explore if time permits are Palermo and Belgrano with their wide boulevards and palatial mansions, and, in the downtown core, the delightful Plaza de Mayo. Number 4. Tierra del Fuego National Park. The 156,000-acre Tierra del Fuego National Park extends all the way from Beagle Channel to the Chilean border and northwards to Lago Cami. It's a paradise for hikers, with trails for all experience levels. Using the town of Ushuaia as a base, adventurers head out onto the park's hiking trails or along the coastline to explore its dramatic scenery, which includes everything from tall waterfalls, dense forests, and mountains, to beautiful glacier-fed lakes such as Roca and Fagnano. One of the most popular routes is Senda Costera, a coastal path to Lake Roca from Ensenada Bay that offers a chance to see a rich diversity of wildlife including Andean condors. Those who prefer to see the sights in comfort can take a ride on the superb Southern Fuegian Railway, an elegant antique steam train through the park to Canadon de Toro. Number 5. Puerto Madryn and the Valdez Peninsula. The city of Puerto Madryn lies on the shores of Golfo Nuevo and one of the most sheltered places on the Patagonian coast. Founded by Welsh settlers in 1886, the city's deep-water port and abundant nature reserves make it one of the most popular cruise destinations in Argentina. Its rugged coastline attracts water sports enthusiasts, particularly windsurfers who enjoy defying the strong Patagonian winds. Nature lovers find plenty of things to do on the Valdez Peninsula, an important nature reserve listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its diverse wildlife. Guided tours of the reserve are a must, and visitors normally leave having seen everything from right whales, here to mate and calve, along with elephant seals, sea lions, and orcas. It's also an important breeding ground for migratory shorebirds, in particular Magellanic penguins. Number 6. Ushuaia, the end of the world. At the southern end of Argentina, Patagonia is famous for its spectacular landscapes, a dramatic mix of the Andes and long stretches of plains and plateaus. Most adventures here start in Ushuaia, the world's southernmost city. Established as a penal colony in the early 20th century and now a popular jumping-off point for trips to Antarctica or around Cape Horn, this town on Beagle Channel is surrounded by a unique landscape of mountains, sea, glaciers, and woods on the edge of the Tierra del Fuego National Park, with its spectacular scenery and diverse flora and fauna. Popular places to visit include the San Juan de Salvamento Lighthouse, also known as the End of the World Lighthouse, built in 1884 on the Isla de los Estados, and the End of the World Museum. Here, you'll find exhibits relating to the region's natural history, Aboriginal life, and early penal colonies. The Maritime Museum of Ushuaia is housed in the town's notorious former military prison, is worth visiting for its many maritime artifacts and scale models of famous ships such as Darwin's Beagle. Number 7. Bariloche on the route of the Seven Lakes. Usually simply referred to as Bariloche, San Carlos de Bariloche is a lively city set in the midst of Nahuel Huapi National Park and Patagonia's northern lake district. Skiers, especially those from the northern hemisphere seeking snow in the height of the northern summer, flock to Bariloche for nearby Cerro Catedral, the tallest of its peaks and a popular ski resort. One of the largest ski resorts in South America, Cerro Catedral includes more than 100 kilometers of ski terrain and is particularly popular for its stunning views over Nahuel Huapi Lake, in the middle of the national park. Number 8. Mendoza. Undoubtedly one of Argentina's most beautiful cities, filled with Art Deco architecture, Mendoza is as popular with outdoor enthusiasts in winter as it is in summer. When the snow flies, skiers from across South America experience some of the Andes' best ski slopes at the popular resorts of Las Linas, renowned for its steep terrain, and Los Penedins, just 25 kilometers from the border with Chile. Also famous for its olive oil production, Mendoza has many other attractions, including a number of museums and annual festivals, as well as a bustling central market, Mercado Central, where locals buy produce, meat, and fish, and where visitors can find food stalls and restaurants. Number 9. Historic Córdoba Cathedral. In central Argentina, a 5-hour drive from Buenos Aires, Córdoba is the country's second largest city and is often used as a stopover on trips into the Andes. Most of the city's finest old buildings date back to the early colonial period of the 16th century. Explore the historical center of the city around Plaza San Martin, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here, you'll find the beautiful Cathedral of Córdoba, a splendid mix of Baroque and neoclassical styles that can trace its roots back to the original Roman Catholic Church built here in 1580. Highlights of the structure, much of which dates from the 18th century, include an ornate interior with exquisite 20th century frescoes and murals painted by leading Argentinian artist Emilio Carafa, a native of Córdoba. Number 10. Beaches of Mar del Plata. Some of the best beaches in South America are in the relatively modern city of Mar del Plata, on the Atlantic coast 400 kilometers from Buenos Aires. Here, the beautiful beaches sprawl for more than 8 kilometers of coast that's also marked by windswept dunes and dramatic cliffs. Nearest Mar del Plata's modern cruise ship ports are the Chica and Grande beaches. They're also popular among sea lions, many of which hang out in the waters around the city's fishing wharves. Once a playground for the rich, the city is a mix of fine old mansions, which mingle with newer resorts along the city's splendid waterfront with its numerous parks, squares, and gardens. As we bid adieu to this episode of Tango and Tradition, remember that the heartbeat of Argentina continues to echo through time. Join us next time as we unravel more of Argentina's cultural treasures. Until then, keep dancing to the rhythm of life, and let tradition guide your steps. Subscribe now and become part of our community of passionate adventurers. Together, let's celebrate the beauty and diversity of our world.